Hello and welcome all you softball fans for another installment of YSN Live Softball. We are here at the friendly confines of Austintown Fitch High School for this AAC matchup between the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Boardman Spartans, as we'll get these things situated from here to get everything situated for you. As starting 9 here for both teams, we'll get through it. First for the Boardman Spartans, it's Tori Strines leading things off, followed by Cami Goski. Natalie Davis is third, Alex Ward cleanup. Maddie Dravecki bats fifth, Ava Freeborough sixth, Gabby Safara seventh, Olivia Lasivita bats eighth, and batting ninth, Lacey Juris.
4 walks, 54 strikeouts.
Sydney Watts, the pitcher in the circle for the Austintown Fitch Falcons. Rounder defensively, Abby Toth is at first. At second, Caitlin Mitchell. Shortstop, Ayla Ray. Tina Montgomery at third. Then in the outfield, Ashley McLean is in left. Maddie Butis in right. Kylie Folkwine is in center. And behind the plate is McKenna Hogan. Boardman coming in with a record of 2-1. Fitch is 4-0 on the season. First pitch is foul tipped into the glove of McKenna Hogan. Count starts 0-1 on Strines. Boardman donning the gray and maroon trim. Away unis. Fitch in the pinstripe bottoms with the navy tops. Watts 0-1, another cut on and miss by Strines, 0-2. As Watts quickly settles back into the circle. The 0-2 and a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 of the game, and Sydney Watts just keeps on keeping on, looking to keep pace with her record strikeouts last year and perhaps even surpass it. What a start to the season she has had. Talking too about Sydney Watts' stats. First pitch taken, and it's a ball. As Watts, pitching-wise, strikeouts 54 on the season. 1-0. Swing and a miss, make it 55 after that one today. As 55 strikeouts, 54 coming into today through 4 games. He times that average out. She's going to get well over 300 once again if she keeps up that pace. 1-2 the count on Goski. Talking about Cami Goski, too. That Goski name very familiar throughout Boardman athletics, but Cami Goski in particular, a super athlete as well, multiple sport athlete over there for the Spartans. And she's pretty good at everything that she does. 1-2 goes down swinging, though, to Sydney Watts on that heater, and back-to-back Ks for Watts to start the first, and there's 2 down in the Spartan order. Natalie Davis looks to change things around, switching things up, batting from the left-handed side. Natalie Davis. Compact stance and approach. First pitch at the strike, 0-1. Watts giving up just 1 run through these first 4 games, 4 and counting now in the 5th. As that 1 run, a Maggie Haydu solo homer in their game against Menor. On the foul tip, count goes to 0-2. Watts comes to, steps on the rubber. Gets the call, is ready, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strikes out the side, does Sydney Watts in the first as the Spartans go in order. We'll be back after this break and be with the Falcons side of things and the Falcons bats coming up after this.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
More pockets of rain as we go throughout our
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
Welcome back, everybody, as we take a look in the circle. Gabby Safera is the pitcher today, and a couple stats on Safera. She's pitched in she has 2 appearances on the season, 8 innings logged, struck out 16 to 4 walks, 1 earned run. That's good for a .88 ERA coming into today. She's going to get the starting nod in this rivalry game against the Falcons. We'll take a look at the Falcons starting 9 in the bats. It'll be Ayla Ray leading things off, followed by Caitlin Mitchell. Sydney Watts bats 3rd, McKenna Hogan cleanup, Kylie Folkwine 5th, Sammy Severn 6th, Abby Toth 7th, Tina Montgomery bats 8th, and batting 9th and rounding things out will be Maddie Butis. Ayla Ray, the super bat for Austintown, takes the first pitch, and it's a ball, 1-0. Talking about Ayla Ray, overall stats-wise, coming in batting .769, 10 hits in 13 at-bats. And every coach's dream as a leadoff hitter. Someone that takes their walk, someone that constantly puts the ball in play, has phenomenal speed. Also, a nice stat to log here from our stat master, Bob Gugliotti. That striking out of the side that Sydney Watts did in the first was over 80 times now, 83 times in her career. That has spanned just a year and a half, a year and some change rather. 83 times she has struck out the side in an inning. Just impressive. And Ayla Ray, little slap shot, doesn't fall in, but as nice play out there in left. Maddie Dravecki able to run it down, gets a good read on it, gets some leather, and Ayla Ray retired to start things off.
Now batting in the second position,
averaging 2 strikeouts an inning,
Caitlin Mitchell.
Has Gabby Safera in the circle as Caitlin Mitchell swings and misses, strike 1. Caitlin Mitchell batting .417 on the season. Takes back-to-back called strikes, does Mitchell, and good job by Safera. Working ahead, attacking these hitters. Safera has the strikeout potential. But with this Falcon team, going power against power works some of the time, but also being able to paint those corners and force them into contact is the way to go. And with hitters like Ayla Ray in this top of the order primarily, that's almost the better of the game plan. And Safera did a good job forcing Ray to get underneath that first pitch, or I should say in that first at-bat rather, for the fly out to left. Biggest thing is keeping ducks off the pond with this Falcons offense in these last 3 games. That scoring a decent amount. 5 runs against Aurora. Double-digit scoring runs against both Menor and that second game against the Howland Tigers. Counts remained 0-2 after a couple fouls. And another foul ball. And that one clips off of the catcher Olivia Lasivita, who might win an award for all-time names in softball right now in the area, no doubt. Such a catcher name, too. Count stays 0-2. Caitlin Mitchell trying to be an early base runner for Fitch, and she's going to chop another one foul. Put some dents in the fencing around the ballpark.
After taking 2 strikes, he fouled off 8 to her. And 12 of the inning.
8 pitches, 6 fouls, and another one chopped over to third, and a nice throw from Alex Ward on the money for out number 2. Calling it in at first, Natalie Davis, and that's going to bring up Sydney Watts for this pitcher-pitcher matchup. Watts on the season, having a good start of the season, .462 bat, 6 for 13 and 6 RBIs. 4 of those 6 hits doubles. Very good gap-to-gap power, but don't let that fool you. Also, over-the-fence power as well. Still looking for her first, but she did have double digits in her freshman season, 11. Capable of that power, but went fishing on a pitch up the ladder. And a nice attack by Safara. Working ahead of all these bats, not giving in. Staying around the corners, the 0-2. Tries to force the call, but it's a ball as Watts lays off of it, 1-2. Good pitch, though. Better layoff by Watts. 1-2. Tried to go the inside route. Watts again backs off the plate. 2-2. Count evens. 2s across the scoreboard. Bottom of the first of this AAC Classic. The 2-2. And Watts gets it popped. And tough to play on. Tried to get a read on it from right field. Cami Goski, but turning to second for a double. That kind of got into no man's land. Both Cami Goski and Ava Freeborough were closing in on it, but dropped in a perfect spot of the field. Found open grass, did not touch leather, so it's going to go as a double. As Sydney Watts gets double number 5 on the season, and the Falcons have a 2-out runner in scoring position.
Number 3, sophomore Rachel Spalding.
And Rachel Spalding going to be the pinch runner for Watts. McKenna Hogan, cleanup bat for the Falcons, batting a clean .500, 6 for 12, 3 doubles, a triple, and 2 RBIs on the season. Hogan gonna look to try to give the Falcons an early run. Fitch, one of the spots they've been key on is getting those 2-out runs early in the season. A first pitch ball, 1-0. Rachel Spalding, also a track participant, so you know, no doubt, she's got some gas in those wheels. On the base paths, 1-0. Called a strikeout, able to get the inner edge. 1-1 the count. And Safara trying to get the dimensions of where the called strike is on the inside. She keeps attacking that part. She got the call that time and jammed it right back inside, it looked like. Hogan with that inside-out approach. Tried to take it the other way. Got underneath it, though, and once again, Safara gets ahead in the count. 1-2 now. The pitch. And a little bit of an excuse me swing, but Hogan makes contact and will live to see another pitch. Safara looking to post a 0 in the bottom half of this inning. Falcons look for an early run. Hogan once again fouls it off, 1-2. Overcast day here at the ballpark. There's a light wind. That one runs up the ladder a little bit too far, and the count evens. Much warmer day here at the ballpark as well than previous games this season. The 2-2, Hogan, nice contact towards center, and it's going to drop. Running around third and scoring is going to be Spalding, and Hogan going to retreat back to first, no one covering it, and McKenna Hogan delivers once again from that cleanup spot. Third RBI of the season as she drives home Rachel Spalding. Falcons take an early 1-0 lead. And that's the key to Fitch's early success this season, is not only the ability to get those 2-out runs, but especially in recent games with the bottom of the order, Abby Toth, Tina Montgomery starting to come around bats-wise. That's a 1 through 9 dangerous order that is able to score in multiple facets of the game in multiple situations. Safara looking to minimize the damage as Folkwine fouls off the first pitch. Folkwine, the home run leader for the Falcons early on in the season, 2 bombs already, as she came in batting .500, 6 RBIs as well, as she's also hit a triple. 3 of her 5 hits on the season, 5 for 10, are extra base hits.
Again, it's 0-2, and this is when everybody has been able to stay up there.
Safara draws 2 strikes on another Falcon looking to finish off Folkwine in the box. Samantha Hines at first as the pinch runner for McKenna Hogan. And the 1-2 to Folkwine. Swing and a miss. Safara minimizes the damage and gets a big key strikeout of the freshman Folkwine. Falcons get on the board early, though, as Sydney Watts drops in a double, and McKenna Hogan brings her home with an RBI single. Fitch 1, Spartans 0 after 1. We'll be back with the start of the second inning after this on ysnlive.com.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Welcome back, everybody, for the top of the second inning. Spartan bats coming around, and it's the middle of the order. Alex Ward, Maddie Dravecki, and Ava Freeborough. Spartans and Falcons also in action on the baseball side of things with a similar score over there. 1-0 Fitch in the bottom of the first. That game also on ysnlive.com. Check out our live games page for the full, complete, updated list of all live games happening around the area. The 1-0 from Watts. Called strike, and the count evens on Ward, 1-1. Watts sent the Spartans down in order by way of the K in the first. Announcer over at that contest, too, on the baseball side of things. The man, the myth, legend himself, Mr. DJ Yoakley, calling the action for Boardman and Fitch baseball.
The CEO of the Youngstown Sports Network.
The 2-1 from Watts. Fouled back, count 2-2. Alex Ward getting the call from head coach Fred Moots. 5th year as the Spartan skipper. Doing a whale of a job over there with that Boardman community too. And story with last year with Moots and the Spartans as Ward goes down swinging 4 consecutive strikeouts for Watts to start the season. That team surrounded Moots and all the love right back, too, and that was such a special story. And that Spartan community, too, from the lower levels all the way up. What a guy he is for that whole team, that whole community. inspiring not just a team but a whole community on the softball diamond and even further beyond too. So close to the sport, umpires as well too, officiates. So he's always around sports too. And not too many people that I feel like don't know who Fred Moots is locally.
Last year they had an off year, but they went deep in the tournament, which was interesting.
1-0.
12 and 15 for the year.
You talk about last year's team, it was a super deep run in the tournament, despite the regular season might not be exactly what Coach Moots and them would have expected, but the Spartans showcasing why the tournament run is so important, and it's almost like a second season, and that's exactly how Boardman treated it. And exactly what Coach Moots has talked about, too, with the regular season, getting them ready for the tournament, facing some of the best, and just preparing yourself through iron sharpening iron tactics. As Watts gets back into the count against Maddie Dravecki. 2-1, bunt attempt, and trying to make the sliding attempt was Tina Montgomery as the ball goes foul, and the count moves to 2-2. Montgomery, not like that's not in her repertoire defensively. She makes a ton of those sliding catches, too. She practices them all the time. Just came up a little shy on that one, but good awareness by the third baseman, breaking in on it from the jump. Count goes 2-2. And another pitch attempt for Maddie Dravecki. Looking to make something of it, the 2-2. Takes all the way, and she's going to work a full count. First full count of the day for either team.
I think that's a game plan for both teams because we know Safara threw a ton of pitches in that bottom of the first.
The payoff.
They think their best chance.
Swing and a miss. 5 straight to start for Sydney Watts. As the Spartans looking to put a ball in play to start the game. 2 outs now, top of the second. Ava Freeborough looks to break the string.
For the Lady Spartans is sophomore second baseman, number 11, Ava Freeborough.
First pitch to Freeborough. Took off on Watts, and it's a ball.
Ball that keeps rising to those clouds, which will yield rain later.
Boardman on this season. We talked about 2-1 as the 1-0. Called strike to Freeborough. And looking at Freeborough overall this season, batting .300, 3 for 10 on the season. Double and an RBI as well coming into today. But looking at the Spartans, one loss this season came against the Columbiana Clippers. Daryl Kurtz led, and that one left in the air a little bit longer as Tina Montgomery able to get underneath it and put the Spartans away as Boardman goes 1-2-3 here in the second. We'll hold that thought and come back to it here in the bottom half of the inning as the Falcon Bats coming right back up after this.
5 through the first.
There are 4 members of GoldenStringRadio.org that works for your sports network. Super Dave, Kristen, Scotty, and myself. And if you love our work at Golden String, Isle, and Purple Cat, you are going to love the soon-to-be open GABA camp out at Farmer Casey's Ranch in Poitsville Township. It has all the nice, beautiful scenery, will feature cabins, and a whole lot of other great outdoor stuff. I'm Radar Pavlov, and my sports network is your sports network.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Bottom of the second inning as Leading things off going to be Sam Severn for the Falcons. Sam Severn, Abby Toth, and Tina Montgomery. As Gabby Safera to start. As we were talking about the Spartans, as Severn takes for a first pitch ball. 2-1 on the season are the Spartans as they, first game of the season, a 4-3 loss to Columbiana on the road, but since that point, back-to-back home games, and they've only given up one run since to two really good programs, in Notre Dame, Cathedral Latin, and Ursuline. 6-1 victory against NDCL, and an 8-0 victory against the Ursuline Irish. Spartans looking to get the bats going, but they need to try to keep this a 1-0 game as the count moves to a 3-0 look for Sam Severn, and superb speed from Severn, too. Not the person you want to allow a free pass onto the base paths. The 3-0. And she's going to take a 4-pitch walk in the Falcons with a leadoff base runner. As Abby Toth, the freshman who had a monstrous game against Menor, capped off with the 6th inning home run that made it 11-1 and ended the game via the mercy rule. Toth showed the gap-to-gap power, showed the over-the-fence type power as well. Short, compact swing she has, and she produces and generates a lot of power just being a freshman. And both Toth and Folkwine being freshmen, as well as Montgomery, a sophomore. A lot of these players, too, younger players. Going to be a great team this year, but also looks to be a great team for years to come. 0-2 the count on Toth now, as the Falcons, winners of 3 consecutive AAC championships, looking for 4 in a row and looking to keep that streak for years to come. Talk about impressive streaks, that is impressive, but I believe one of the most impressive streaks I've heard athletically, I think it's the Maslin Perry Panthers, wrestling-wise, haven't lost a Federal League conference in like 25 plus years. Swing and a miss for Abby Toth. That's the Federal League. The Maslin Perry Panthers wrestling team has won longer than I've been alive. It's pretty impressive longevity-wise, but softball-wise too. Talk about how hard it is, and obviously different sports and different streaks, but with a starting 9 and with baseball, softball, it's one of those sports that you can have an off season, and with these kids, oftentimes a lot of them don't just end their season after high school. They go on and play summer ball, they play in AAU, they play travel. And when you talk about these athletes too, they just like the pros, they can go through cold streaks too, and we've seen it for seasons too, where high school seasons, players don't maybe hit up the par of what you've seen them do before, but come travel ball season, they start lighting it up too. It's just one of those types of sports, so to have that kind of consistency, very impressive. 0-2 the count on Tina Montgomery. And Montgomery, light contact, nicely played by Safera. Looks back Severn at first, and after the initial walk, Safera gets back-to-back outs of Montgomery and Toth. Maddie Butis, with 2 outs, looks to turn it to the top and keep the inning alive.
Approaching the plate and batting 9th in the order is senior right fielder number 18, Maddie Butis.
Butis batting .250, 2 for 8 on the season. She takes a first pitch strike. 0-1. Safera gets the call, steps on the rubber, fires in. That one brushes off Butis. And the count now goes to 1-1. 1-1 skips off the turf, and Butis gets ahead in the count now, 2-1. Safera the 2-1, and that one chips off of Butis's bat. 2's across the scoreboard here in the bottom of the second. Safara trying to hold the Falcons scoreless here in the second, the 2-2. And that one just a bit high, and the count runs full. 7 likely to be off on the pitch. The payoff. Takes it all the way, and it's a called strike 3 as Safara rings up 2 in the inning and posts a scoreless bottom of the second. It remains Falcons 1, Spartans 0 after 2 here in Austintown. We'll be back with the Spartan Bats top of the third inning after this with Ty Bartell and YSNLive.com.
Your culinary adventure awaits at Legends Food and Drink. Experience a welcoming ambiance while you explore our appetizing menu featuring over 20 meals under $20 and over 30 lunches for $12 or less. Our private dining room seat between 10 and 20 at no additional cost. And don't forget our spacious 35-seat bar for your favorite sporting event. Book your special occasion in our elegant banquet room that seats up to 150 comfortably. Legends Food and Drink, a taste you'll remember. Market Street and Route 224 in Boardman.
We know when it comes to insurance, you have so many choices. But if you're looking for someone who lives in your community, someone who cheers for your community, and someone who works for your community like you're part of our family, well then please let us introduce ourselves. Hi, we're Heiner Insurance. How can we help?
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Welcome back, everybody, to the top of the third inning as the Boardman Bats. Coming up, it's the bottom of the order, Gabby Safara, Olivia Lasivita, and Lacey Juris. Gabby Safara, pitcher-pitcher matchup here against Watts. Watts 5 strikeouts through 2 innings of work. And a first pitch runs low, ball 1. Watts opened up the game, striking out the first 5 before Ava Freeborough popped out to third. 1-0 is a swing and a miss, 1-1. Falcons in their 2 AAC contests this year against the Howland Tigers, victorious in a 1-0 game to start the season and turned things up. A 50-0 victory in the second game of the season. Boardman, first AAC contest of the year. The 1-2. And that's fouled off and back to the fencing by Safara. Oftentimes, too, you talk about a lot of these players that probably have to groan. You would think they'd be groaning about having to face a Sydney Watts in their conference, but oftentimes you look at these players and these batters that are in the conference and just seeing this tough competition, it only makes the conference better as Safara is going to be the first runner aboard as bobbled by Mitchell. An error on the Falcon defense, and the Spartans have the tying run aboard. By seeing the speed so often and by seeing what Sydney Watts has, you're going to be forced to get accustomed to it. It's either thrive or fall behind, right? That kind of mentality. And for a lot of these conference opponents, the opportunity to see her not once, but oftentimes twice in a season, too.
Who's the courtesy pinch runner? Gotcha.
Definitely helps out the conference and helps out a lot of players that come across it, too. Iron sharpens iron, and That's what you want, good competition facing better competition, and oftentimes that's why you see these teams in the AAC scheduling so far ahead too, realizing if they want to get to that grand stage, you got to face those type of teams, and you just love to see it. Bring the good competition to the area and go out to the far corners of the region and beyond to find that competition. Meanwhile, the Spartans with a leadoff base runner, Sophia Rivera, the courtesy pinch runner for Gabby Safera at first, as Olivia Lasivita going to try to get the Spartans a momentum shift here in the top half of the third. Tying run aboard. Go-ahead run at the plate. The 0-0. Shows bunt, and it fouls off of Lasivita's bat. 0-1. Boardman trying to get a runner in scoring position as Lasivita sits back in the box. Going to try to get a look on it, but you're going to have to deal with the break with that far back. Get another second to look at it, and she pulls it back to swing, and it goes to Mitchell. Tosses to Ray for one. Throw to first. Double play. As the right side pairing, or the up the middle pairing rather, of Caitlin Mitchell and Ayla Ray double up the Spartans in a 4-6-3 double play. 2-for-1 special, and the Spartans with two down. It's Lacey Juris.
Number 13, Lacey Juris.
That's one way to make it up if you're Caitlin Mitchell too off the air. You just get the 2-for-1 special the next play up. That's why baseball and softball, they say no better sport for the chance at redemption. The 0-1. And a ball 1-1. Lacey Juris now going to try to be a base runner for the top of the order. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The 1-2 now to Juris. Leaving it low, gets the count even. Falcons run coming off of a McKenna Hogan RBI single that plated Rachel Spaulding. Is that second courtesy of a Sydney Watts double back in the first frame, but that's been all the scoring to this point. The 2-2 from Watts. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for Sydney Watts as she's baked up a half a dozen through 3 innings of work. Facing the minimum as the Spartans get a runner aboard, but can't do anything with it here in the top half of the third inning. Falcons coming back to bat bottom half of the inning after this.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Bottom of the third and the top of the Falcon order, Ayla Ray leading things off here in the inning. Flew out to left her first time up. as she cuts on and fouls the first pitch from Safera. 0-1. Safera on to pitch the third after posting a scoreless second. 1-0 ball game here in favor of Fitch. As trying to get it back to the Spartan side of things as Ayla Ray slaps it again to left field and once again tried to measure it up, but that one missed up and it goes against the wall. As had a temporary read on it, but I tell you what, when you talk about the overcast too, it can provide some issues as well. As that one drops into the field of play, and Ayla Ray ends up on second, a leadoff base runner in scoring position for Fitch. Reach on an error for Ayla Ray. And the swing, the foul back, 0-1 for Mitchell. Caitlin Mitchell, a chance to add to the Falcon lead. Gift base runner at second for Fitch and Ayla Ray. Superb speed as well, the 0-1. Mitchell holds off on the high pitch, 1-1. The 1-1 now. Mitchell slaps at third base side, past Ward, who tried to get a glove on it. Ayla Ray comes sliding into first for the score. Mitchell able to take second on the throw. It's an RBI single for Caitlin Mitchell. The Falcons double their lead. Replace the runner at second, Ayla Ray, with the head first slide into the plate on the score as the RBI base hit skips past Alex Ward at third. As the middle of the order in, Sydney Watts coming up to bat. Runner in scoring position, followed by McKenna Hogan, who posted the RBI single back in the first. Sydney Watts with a double back in the first. Caitlin Mitchell at second, Fitch up 2-0. Watts skips it over to third, look back from Ward, throws to first for out number one. As one away now in the first. Losing the ball in the transfer throw attempt, Davis decided to just eat it from that point. As Caitlin Mitchell advances to third, there's one out now in the bottom half of the third. McKenna Hogan looking for her second RBI in as many at-bats. Slapped a single to center that plated Rachel Spalding back in the first. Falcons look for a multiple run inning. First pitch runs high. It's a ball for Hogan. Productive out can also score another run in this situation for Austintown. The 1-0. That one foul tipped back to the fencing for McKenna Hogan. Count evens. Kylie Folkwine in the on-deck circle for the Falcons as well. As Hogan calls time at the plate. And the Fitch dugout gets loud for just about anything as Hogan tries to take it the other way. This might be a productive enough out as Caitlin Mitchell tags and scores. So McKenna Hogan with the sacrifice fly RBI, and she's got two on the day. Two out now in the inning, but Fitch extends their lead to 3-0. Kylie Folkwine in that 5-hole. Looks to start things up for the bottom of the order. As Folkwine goes chasing for that first pitch, 0-1. as Folkwine, high fly ball out to left. It was a sky ball, but read nicely that time by Dravecki. Settled under it to make the third out here in the third. After the Folkwine flyout, the Falcons scored 2 in the inning. It's Fitch 3, Boardman 0 after 3. We go to the top half of the fourth inning. Spartans looking for a response after this.
How lucky are we to have not one, but 2 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses, continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring golf instruction by PGA professionals, a state-of-the-art practice range, a PGA of America recognized pro shop, kids programs, and a relaxing grill room for a memorable golf experience. For more information or to schedule a tee time, visit millcreekmetroparks.org.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These 3 values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Commercial or residential, 24/7. Call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the fourth inning. As top of the Boardman order as well. Tori Strines, Cami Goski, Natalie Davis. As the Spartans trail 3-0. Going to look for some offense in this inning. And a first pitch swinging. 0-1 the start for Strines. As Strines coming into today, hitting-wise, batting .333. She was 3 for 9 coming into today, make it 3 for 10, so 300 batting average clip to start the season. That pitch takes off on Watts, and the count evens. As Hogan once again comes out of the seated position to bring that one back down to earth. The 1-1. Ball 2, 2-1 now. Falcons play Strines pretty straight up as the corners, about a step or so in from the bags, step or 2 in. As the middle infield lined up parallel with the second base bag. 2-2 the count now on Strines. Boardman would love a leadoff base runner here to start from the middle of the order. Watts, 6 strikeouts through 3 frames. 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. The 2-2. That one hit to third, past a diving Montgomery. Ayla Ray recovers it, throw not in time. Strines beats it out. And asking you shall receive. The Spartans with a leadoff base runner, and it's a base hit for Strines. Montgomery tried to stop it. Ayla Ray had her momentum going to the second base bag. She had to pump the brakes and reverse it real quick. Able to get a glove on it, but beating it out by a step was Tori Strines. And the Cami Goski showed bunt. And it's 0-1 as she tried to bunt through. Caitlin Mitchell lines up parallel to Watts from the circle from that second base side. Also in about 5 steps, pinching as the third baseman, Montgomery. Giving it a step or 2 back, Abby Toth on first. It's almost a diagonal defensive look here by the Falcons. As it's 1-1 now, as both Goski and Mitchell the ones pinching. Toth to stay at first. Goski cuts on and misses at the 1-1 pitch. It's 1-2. So with the bunt threat away, Mitchell now moves back to original second base position. Still pitching at third is Montgomery. Abby Toth now pitching back at first, and a strikeout number 7 registered by Sydney Watts. It's the first out here in the top half of the fourth, as the Spartans' Natalie Davis with a runner at first.
Now first baseman number 10, Natalie Davis.
Looking to cook something up here for Boardman. First pitch, it's a ball, 1-0 to Davis. Natalie Davis went down on strikes her first time up. Looking to turn the chapter and come up with something here. Cuts on and misses, 1-1. Straight up defense being played on Davis as well. Watts gets the call, readies and fires in. Foul tipped into the glove of Hogan. It's a 1-2 count. Great crowd on hand, too, today as both communities came out. It warmed up compared to what we've seen last couple weeks in softball, and that brought a nicer crowd out. It's lawn chair season, everybody, as everyone's lined them too. But the Falcons here at Austintown also provide some seating out in center field to make up for the third base side missing seating with the construction going on here. Swing and a miss, strikeout, throw down to second, and McKenna Hogan guns yet another would-be base stealer. 2 for the price of 1 once again, as the Spartans get a leadoff base runner, but once again can't bring it around to score. It remains Fitch 3, Spartan 0, going to the Falcons half of the inning after this.
There are 4 members of GoldenStringRadio.org that works for your sports network. Super Dave, Kristen, Scotty, and myself. And if you love our work at Golden String, Isle, and Purple Cat, you are going to love the soon-to-be-open GABA Camp out at Farmer Casey's Ranch in Pointsville Township. It has all the nice, beautiful scenery, will feature cabins, and a whole lot of other great outdoor stuff. I'm Radar Pavlov, and my sports network is your sports network.
You can see these players, get to know these names, get to know these coaches at a more personal level than truly you ever did before. And I think YSN has been a big influential factor in bringing us that level of personal connection that we haven't seen any other company truly be able to do. If my legacy goes down as being the voice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons, I can hang my hat on that and be proud of it at the end of the day. My name is Ty Bartel, and my sports network is your sports network.
As head coach Steve Ward reminding everybody at home, McKenna Hogan 2 for 2 on would-be base stealers now this season. Had 1 against Aurora and 1 today, as defensively, offensively, all around. Not that it wasn't a good season for McKenna Hogan, but she's turning a good season from last year into a great season this year. Nice time by Sammy Severn, finding a gap on some good contact. Sammy Severn going to get greedy, looking for 3, and she's going to get in there standing. A leadoff triple for Sammy Severn. Goes to the gap and doesn't look back all the way to third. Runner 60 feet away to start. And boy, that has to feel oh so good for Sammy Severn. She's been making great contact with a lot of pitches. Unfortunately, it's just been going right at outfielders. That time found a gap and finds herself 60 feet away from scoring. Abby Toth put a charge in it and send it out of here. Second home run of the year for the freshman. Touch them all. It's 5-0 Fitch. The shockwave gonna come. Send them all to the ground as Abby Toth. The big stomp on the plate. And the freshmen are absolutely destroying it. Both Kylie Folkwine and Abby Toth, pair of bombs on the season. And this is what we talk about, turning a lineup, a great lineup from last year, into almost a murder's row lineup this year where there are no breaks. You can't blink in this lineup. The bottom of the order is being oh so productive to start the season. And if you can keep this kind of production up, it becomes one of those type of lineups that are destined to make deep runs, or that have the potential, rather, to make those type of deep runs. One thing you need a great type of pitcher in softball, and you also need a at least 1 through 6 order, but 1 through 9 certainly helps out a ton. As Tina Montgomery had a great game, did Montgomery against the Menor Cardinals, included a home run in that contest and 3 RBIs overall. Overall in this season, Montgomery has 4 RBIs and came in batting .333 on the year. And it's a first pitch ball, 1-0. As Abby Toth took that to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark and cleared the fence. 190 down the corners and 210 straight away center here at the Austintown Fitch softball complex. Count is now 1-1. Montgomery. Brief meeting with head coach Steve Ward, talking things over. The 1-1. Montgomery chases as it goes up the ladder. Nice pitch by Safara, 1-2. Falcons with a 2 spot now in back-to-back innings. 1-2 count on Montgomery. Nobody out. Bottom of the 4th, and the count runs full on Montgomery. The pitch. Hitting it off to the third base side. As actually a really good read on it that time. Alex Ward makes the quick-handed play at the hot corner and tosses over to first for out number 1. As Maddie Butis.
Stepping in right fielder number 18, Maddie Butis.
With 1 away here in the bottom half of the 4th. Falcons 2 runs off the Abby Toth 2-run blast. But back-to-back outs now as Safara's registered against both Montgomery and Butis. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Back to the top, and Ayla Ray. Third at bat. Reached on error and flew out to left. Both balls that she hit today in her at-bats have gone to left field as she's taken it the other way. But that one, she's taking it to a deep part of the ballpark, and she's going to say, watch out for the windshields. Second home run of the season. She said, I'm sick of hitting it to these outfielders. I'm just going to hit it to where they can't get it and send a shockwave after everything's done. Second homer of the inning, second of the season for Ayla Ray. A 3 spot here in the 4th and a 6-0 lead for Austintown. And the long ball is happening at a frequent rate here early on for Fitch, and it's happening throughout the entire order. So many long ball threats in this order as Ayla Ray turns on it and sends it way out of here. And if there was one area you could say that Ayla Ray could have improved her game, it was the power department from last year. was a base hit goddess and putting it literally wherever she wanted to last season, as she was able to go left, right, center, did not matter. But now she's just taking it over the fence on top of that and has become one of those complete all-around dangerous hitters. It's why you keep her at the top of the order, because you want to guarantee she's the one that gets the most at-bats. The 0-1. And that one fouled off at the plate. And Caitlin Mitchell going to take a walk. And Coach Ward going to call time to talk things over, more or less to give Mitchell a little bit more time to shake things off. Count 0-2 on Caitlin, but she actually worked a really good at-bat earlier from 0-2. Got a lot of fouls off of it, too. Protects the plate really well in these situations, does Mitchell. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, as that time Safara put it where Mitchell couldn't reach it. After the long delay, Mitchell strikes out, but Fitch puts a 3-spot here in the bottom of the 4th. It's Falcons 6, Spartans 0 after 4 with the top of the 5th after this.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall, Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Of course, we thank Mill Creek Metro Parks, one of our many sponsors here on the network. And if you want to look to be a sponsor here at your sports network, you can do so by going to our advertising page, ysnlive.com/advertise. Lists you all the packages and the benefits of each package that you can get sponsorship-wise on our site. Again, ysnlive.com/advertise to find the best package for you and your company. First pitch 0-1 to start, as it's Alex Ward, Maddie Dravecki, Ava Freeborough, 4-5-6 in the Spartan order. The Spartans desperately looking for some response runs, but Sydney Watts in a groove, and the same groove that she's been in since pitch number 1 on opening day. 0-2 to start. A lot more confidence that Watts is operating with inside the circle this year, too. The 0-2. That one straight up in the air. McKenna Hogan, as it's Tina Montgomery that's able to find it and make the play that time. Montgomery looks it up into the overcast, reads it all the way into foul territory for the pop-out. Second one of the day that Montgomery has played. And there's one away here in the top of the 5th.
Left fielder number 2, Maddie Dravecki.
As Maddie Dravecki struck out her first time up. Swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. As Dravecki on this season, coming in, batting .300. She came in today, 3 for 11 now overall on the season. And Dravecki tries to go the opposite way, but can't keep it fair as it hooks foul for an 0-2 count. Right idea by Dravecki, trying to take it that way as it was pitched to the outside. Just hooked it a little too much to the right. Count now 0-2. The pitch from Watts. And she gets the called strike 3 looking, and that's number 8 now on the day for Sydney Watts.
Actually, she has
9 on the day.
Throw out and the hot steal and double play.
Check me on that. 9 strikeouts on the day for Sydney
Now
Watts.
stepping in second baseman number 11, Ava Freeborough.
Ava Freeborough now steps in. Popped out to Tina Montgomery her first time up. It's a first pitch ball, 1-0. Spartans have gotten 1 aboard on an error, 1 by a base hit on the day. As that one, nice contact made by Freeborough, but it goes foul. As Freeborough did a good job of turning on that one. No issues with the speed of Watts. Looking to keep the next one fair, the 1-1 from Sid. Swing and a miss. Couldn't dial it up that time. It's 1-2. Freeborough, another one of those multiple sport athletes, featured heavily on the basketball team as well. The 1-2. That one down the third base side. Montgomery gloves, fields, tosses to her corner partner in Abby Toth. And the Spartans go in order here in the top of the 5th. As Sid goes scoreless once again in the circle, Falcons look to add to their lead after this.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens. On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and a new pitcher in the circle for the Spartans is Natalie Davis. Davis has logged 2 innings so far early on this season, and more importantly, just great to see Natalie Davis playing sports again, high school sports, doing what she loves too. Injuries have prevented her from playing about half of this year too, but it's still just nice to see her get back out there doing her thing. Get to see her in the circle now. She's going to go through the middle of the order. Sydney Watts, McKenna Hogan, Kylie Folkwine due up here in the 5th. As Watts goes swinging at the first pitch, and over at first, newly first baseman, Leah Hayberger. And Hayberger able to get the leather on it, make the squeeze for out number 1.
Catcher number 34, McKenna Hogan.
As McKenna Hogan now. 1 for 1 on the day. Sacrifice fly RBI and an RBI single with 2 ribby in her 2 plate appearances. And the 1-0 count to Hogan to start. The 1-0. Hogan takes that one inside as well. 2-0 ahead in the count. The 2-0 takes again, and it's outside. 3-0 for Hogan. As Hogan taking the approach, I want to see a strike before I swing at one. 3-0. With the new pitcher in, Natalie Davis, the 3-0. And that one inside as well, and a 4-pitch walk for Hogan. Brings up Kylie Folkwine. 1 out, runner at first. Pinch runner coming out, it's Samantha Hines. Kylie Folkwine, 0 for 2 on the day.
At the plate for the Lady Falcons, center fielder number 13, Kylie Folkwine.
Flied out. A strikeout and a fly to left on the day for Folkwine. High fly ball to left in her last at-bat. 0-1 to start. New pitcher, though, and a different look out of the circle and went chasing at that pitch that cut down into the turf. 0-2. The 0-2. Folkwine takes, and it's a ball outside, 1-2. Davis gets the call, the 1-2. The soft contact over to second and able to beat out Folkwine on the dead run to first was Ava Freeborough at second. That's 2 away. Advancing, though, was Samantha Hines over to second. As looked like a changeup delivered by Davis. Took something off of it. Forced the soft contact. As Sammy Severn hit the triple, in her last at-bat. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Falcons have scored in each of the last 2 innings, putting up 5 runs combined in the last 2 frames. Runner at second, 2 down as Fitch with a roller to second. Going to be held scoreless here in the 5th as Natalie Davis, despite one getting aboard with the walk by McKenna Hogan, does not come around to score. Natalie Davis posts a clean frame here in the 5th. Fitch 6, Boardman 0. After 5, we'll be back with the Spartan half of the inning after this.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
I'm Tracy, and I can make your car buying experience as simple as finding a vehicle you love, getting you approved for financing that works for you, and giving you the customer service you deserve. Find out how easy purchasing a vehicle can be this tax season at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Top of the 6th, and Leah Hayberger going to be leading things off for the Spartans. Her first plate appearance of the day coming against Sydney Watts. And that first pitch, it's a ball up high, 1-0. Watts has struck out 9 through 5 innings of work. Swing and a miss, count evens. Those 9 strikeouts bring her season total now to 63. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The 1-2. Tries to ride it inside to catch the edge. It rides too far for a ball. Count evens. The 2-2 offering from Watts. Swing and a miss up the ladder. Changed the elevation on that pitch from the previous and gets her 10th strikeout of the day. 64 now on the season. And 1 away here in the top half of the 6th. Olivia Lascivita. Second look against Watts on the day. 1-0 count to start.
He raised his hand late. Yeah, hold on, let's see what it does.
Let me do it again.
That one, swing and a miss.
It's 0-2, but
yeah.
If I could replace it, I'd replace it.
It's a delayed call on the first pitch from the umpire. I think we got the right count. Now all settled up, the pitch. That one goes low. 1-2 now the count.
I should look for his arm.
As Watts with the 1-2. Wow, that one really took off on her. Not even gravity herself could bring that one back down to earth. That's why you keep the fencing around. Could you imagine if this was like the 1940s, how they did with baseball? Oh, man. A Sydney Watts fastball. That one chopped to third as Tina Montgomery cleans up everything at the hot corner and makes the routine play look just that, as there's 2 away here in the top half of the 6th. And Watts just on cruise control in the circle right now. And hats off to the Falcons defense. Despite the 1 error today, the one thing about the Falcons defensively is they have really made improvements all around on that from a year ago, too. A lot of defensive players that have returned from a season ago have gotten better at that, at just that, too. It doesn't just go beyond fielding ground balls. It's more or less the IQ, the defensive IQ, the positioning, the reading of the softball off the bat, and most of that just comes with experience, playing the game and playing it often. Pitch is taken. It's a strike. The count moves to 0-2. Lacey Juris trying to turn it over to the top here in the 6th. Watts gets the call, the 0-2. Called strike 3 and strikeout number 11 on the day for Sydney Watts. Spartans go in order as we go to the bottom half of the 6th after this.
We know when it comes to insurance, you have so many choices. But if you're looking for someone who lives in your community, someone who cheers for your community, and someone who works for your community like you're part of our family, well then please let us introduce ourselves. Hi, we're Heiner Insurance. How can we help?
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren. Driven by you.
We're back here in the bottom of the sixth. Abby Toth getting her first look at Natalie Davis. Toth is 1 for 2 on the day with a 2-run shot. Abby Toth was ready in the box. Natalie Davis was ready in the circle, but we have no home plate umpire right now. So, home plate umpire shooting the stuff over at the Boardman dugout right now, more or less just getting names and everything as far as the lineup probably cleared and figured out over there, but a little bit of a delay as we await for that. Looking over at the varsity baseball game going over across the way, it is Fitch 2, Boardman 1 in that AAC contest. It's at the top of the 5th inning. We have that game for you live here on ysnlive.com. The man, the CEO himself, DJ Yoakley, on the call for that baseball game. You can find that ysnlive.com/live for the full live list of games. And a first pitch called, strike on Toth. Abby Toth in her last at-bat smashed her second home run of the season out to right center field. As Davis reads the call, the 0-1. And oh my goodness, Abby Toth, are you kidding me? Second home run of the day. Touch them all once again. And this phenomenal freshman just keeps on keeping on. Another shockwave on the day as the third home run for the Falcons. Second one from Abby Toth. And the freshman now takes the home run lead for the Falcons at 3 on the season. Samantha Hines looking to get her first at bat here against Boardman and looking to bring the sauce in the box as Hines, 57, steps in.
Now coming up to hit for third baseman Tina Montgomery, junior Samantha Hines, 57.
First pitch, it's a ball low, 1-0. Natalie Davis pitched a clean 5th inning. First run given up in this game by her with that shot from Toth. As nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Fitch now up by 7. The 1-1. Foul tipped into the glove of Lasivita. Count now 1-2. Looking in the 1-2. It's low, 2-2. Count even on Samantha Hines. Davis looking for the first out in the inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Davis gets the strikeout. Going up the ladder with that one, and there's one away here in the bottom of the 6th. As Madison Haney going to get some swings now. Batting for Maddie Butis.
Number 33, sophomore Madison Haney.
First pitch to Haney. As Haney hits that one out to left, getting a read on it and making a nice play is Dravecki for the out. Nice swing, nice contact made by Haney. But a good play by Dravecki in the outfield. There's 2 outs now in the 6th. That brings it back to the top. Ayla Ray flew out to left, reached on an error, and sent one out of here. And her last at-bat came back in the 4th inning when Ayla Ray hit the long ball. It was her second of the season. as Ray has hit 2. Tina Montgomery has hit 1. 3 now for Abby Toth and 2 for Kylie Folkwine. That one called a strike, and the count now evens. Getting the call, the 1-1. And Ray takes it for a strike, now down in the count, 1-2. Ray, though, a very good 2-strike hitter. See how Natalie Davis decides to approach the 1-2 count attacking Ray. The pitch. That one hit, pulled it down the first base side, able to glove it and touch the bag, Beggar, for the out number 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Falcons get another run thanks in part to Abby Toth launching a second home run of the game out of here. It's 7 for Fitch, 0 for Boardman after 6. We go to the final inning of play after this.
If you can dream it, you can live it. Enjoy outdoor living at its finest with outdoor furniture at Sheely's. Whether hosting picnics or dining al fresco, with outdoor dining sets, you can bring family and friends together. You can create an outdoor oasis for your patio or deck, perfect for relaxing summer evenings. And unwind under the stars when you cozy up to a nice fire. Savor the season with outdoor living at Sheely's. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Top of the 7th, and it's the top of the Spartan order as it's Boardman's last hope to try to get back into this one. Trailing by 7, they're going to need a little bit of a run to start here in the 7th inning if they try to get back into this one. Stat for you, Abby Toth's home run in that last at-bat is now 3 home runs in her last 4 at-bats dating back to the game against Menor where she walked it off. As that one straight up in the air. Strines pops it up. Ayla Ray makes the play on it on the infield fly. 1 away here in the 7th. Sydney Watts has struck out 11 in 6 1/3 innings so far. Has not allowed a run. 1 has reached on an error. 1 has reached on a hit. No walks today for Watts. First pitch, it's a strike to Cami Goski, 0-1 to start. No rain, despite some cloud coverage. Like I said, though, looked to be overcast clouds that were over top of us, and that seemed to be just the case, too. No rain to fall, despite there's supposed to be something later tonight, but no rain here at the ballpark today. Of course, always stay with ysnlive.com for all the updates on game cancellations and games that are going to be live on the network. As that one, a swing and a miss, make it a dirty dozen as far as strikeouts are concerned for Sydney Watts, as the Spartans are down to their final out. With tomorrow's forecast kind of being up in the air right now, too, as there's been rain happening all around us as well. We look to our friends, too, over at WFMJ with that storm tracker, too, to get us the best looks as far as weather happening in the area. 0-1 to start on Natalie Davis. But, of course, always stay tuned to our live games tab, ysnlive.com/live. As games get canceled, sometimes new games get added to the live games tab. So always keep an eye out. The 0-2 count now on Natalie Davis, and the Spartans down to their final strike. Watts ready, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. A baker's dozen strikeouts for Sidney Watts as the Falcons start off 5-0 on the campaign, defeating their AAC rivals by a final score of 7-0 as Boardman will move to 2-2 on the season. Fitch now 5-0. Both these teams will be in action again tomorrow for their second of 2 in a row in this conference play. Also coming up this week, Fitch will be playing Maslin Perry on Wednesday, April 5th, and Boardman has a 2-for-1 special coming up on Saturday where they're scheduled to play both Poland and Brookfield this upcoming Saturday, April 8th. I'd like to thank you for tuning in and watching this broadcast of YSN Live Softball. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, who were able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance tonight. To our GM, Steve Leslie, who with his work with Bobstein Park Baseball, YSU Football, YSNLive.com, and also the new baseball show that we have premiering 7 to 8 o'clock on Sundays, too, hosted by Steve Leslie, also along with Anthony Hartwig and Sam Torres. You want to make sure you check that out. Again, Sundays, 7 to 8, hosted by Steve Leslie. Another hat he's decided to put on for the area and athletics, so we thank him for that. But most importantly, to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, schools, and communities, you guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about, and so we thank you. If you're tuning in from that Boardman community supporting the Spartans, we want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Boardman Spartan Athletics, but also YSNLive.com. Or if you were right here in Austintown, we of course thank you for your support of not only Austintown Fitch Athletics, but also YSNLive.com, or wherever you may be in the sport of high school softball. This is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.